Happy Tuesday, YouTube. It's Philip Wilkerson back with another episode of Random Ramblings of Philip Wilkerson. Hope everyone had a lovely Memorial Day weekend. And thank you to all our men and women who serve in the armed forces and allow us to have the freedoms that we do. Especially special shout out to my parents, my mom and dad, who are both active or were active in the United States Army. So I really appreciate all your service. This weekend, we had the pleasure of going all the way down to Atlanta, Georgia, to celebrate Kelly and Erika getting married. And even more special was I was able to be in the wedding, and I felt an honor to be one of Kelly's groomsmen. And it was a great time. And Maggie and I finally got a chance to spend some time alone and enjoy ourselves. And it was just a great weekend. And so I think this random rambling, was thinking about it on the way to work when I usually decide how I'm going to talk about, is I was going to talk about traveling with a toddler. So this was one of our first major long distance trips. We traveled to Asheville 2 summers before, but Bennett was only about 6 months old, and so he was not it was a little bit easier, I believe, to travel with him. But this time he's 2.5, and he has quite the personality. And so one of the things that was really helpful for Maggie and I traveling this time was just having a real game plan. We just didn't hit the road and go. We really planned out each day what it looked like, activities, where we plan to stop, who can we link up with on the way. So we stopped and saw my grandma in Charlotte. On the way down, we spent time with my Aunt Robin and Uncle Kenny down in Georgia. And so, and then on the way back up, we got a chance to visit Aunt Ella and her family. So we had to plan that. We were a little flexible with certain things and where we were going to stop, but we had to have a good general plan, because it could be hell on the road if you were just kind of winging it. And I think as I've gotten older and been more of a parent with Bennett, I've found myself being more organized, using Google Calendar to plan my week, discussing what the week is going to look like on Sunday nights with Maggie, so that the week, goes smoothly. And obviously things change certain days, can you pick up Bennett? Can you pick up Bennett? But in general, with the road, the long distance trip, I think is game planning, just being organized and knowing time frames and what you expect to leave and to arrive places, trying to show up relatively on time. Keeping others, like when we drove down to visit Aunt Robin, Uncle Kenny, keeping them kind of like, not accountable, but keeping them informed about what time we're going to arrive and things like that. And I think that really made our trip smooth. And I think overall it was a great weekend. Everything went perfectly. Bennett was a champ on the road. It was a really good trip, and it was really good on the way down to reconnect with family. So that's just kind of my random ramblings. The Positive Filter podcast is going really well, getting lots of good feedback. Hillard, my co-host, who I announced is going to be my co-host. When I mean co-host, he's going to be every other episode or so. He's going to be joining me from Idaho to host a podcast. He won't be on every single episode, but he'll be there, and I appreciate him supporting me with that. But we're getting lots of good feedback on episode 5 about race and perception. Please check it out. I'll put it in the links of the bio. I hope everyone had a really good weekend, and I'll talk to you later.